Hey, welcome back to DieCash Cars. So today you probably noticed that we got a little bit of a blackpink theme going on here, and yes, that is a little bit of a subliminal shout out to the group, one of my daughter's favorite artists out there. And I'm not gonna lie guys, I don't mind their music too much either. You guys might have seen I have a number of their songs on my short videos, but today we are going to be talking about the cars behind the colors and their values right now on the current market. And a lot like the season guys, the prices are falling. Starting with the most recent pickup, which was this SDCC exclusive Mario Kart Pink Gold Peach convention exclusive. You were limited 2 of these off the Mattel Creations website. So naturally I had to get 2, one for myself and one for my daughter. Retail on these was about $25 a piece, which isn't bad considering that currently right now in the secondary market they're selling for about $40. So nice little gain on this, but I think it has to do with this piece still being relatively new. I know a lot of people who picked it up are just now seeing it in their mailbox, so my guess is the prices are definitely gonna come down. And what leads me to think that is that the other notable SDCC release was the Kit Car. No, unfortunately this is not it. This is actually just the Hot Wheels ID version of the Kit Car. Just using this as representation today for the video. I actually missed out on that release because it sold out before I could even get it checked out. But nonetheless, that SDCC Kit Car with the functional lights, which is a pretty sweet feature, it was selling for about $100 at the time of release. Right now, as they start to trickle into collectors' hands, it's dropped significantly down to about $70, so about a 30% drop in value. I would imagine that this Pink Gold Peach car, definitely not as popular as the Kit Car, will drop anywhere from 15 to 20% as well. And I finally got in my final batch of the RLC Chevy 454 SS. Retail price on this was about $30 out the door. Currently right now, secondary market value is around $70. But that's nothing compared to what this car was going for at the original time of release. It was selling anywhere from $100 to $120. It's since dropped all the way down to about $60 at around that September time frame. So actually thinking about it, it going up to about $70 right now might actually be the upswing back up in value, because again, we know how nice this piece is. I mean, you got multiple opening parts, you got a detailed engine bay, tailgate opens. I mean, this is a pretty solid piece, and I would almost venture to say that moving forward, this is going to be a pretty sought after car. We have seen there is going to be a second recolor coming out, I would imagine through RLC. That's coming in red, I believe. So this black first edition is definitely one to have, guys. Next up, we got the ER34 Chase from Mountain Drifters. So this car is pretty interesting, as sought after as this car is. I mean, let's not kid ourselves, it is a Skyline. Has come down in value significantly, right? So if you think back to when this car was originally released, again, still a lot of unknowns when it comes to these premium chases, but it was originally selling at about $80 to $90, right under that $100 price point. And then all of a sudden in September, it shot all the way up to about $150, sometimes even over. But now as the hype dies down on this car, it's come back to reality. Right now, currently, it's selling for about $100. So my thought is, with that nice bell-shaped curve, I feel like this car is going to continue to come down in value, maybe even back to that $80 price point that it started at, guys. So again, only time will tell what these premium chase models will be from a value standpoint, but I think right under that $100 mark is where these are going to be for a good period of time. Next up, we got the Legends Tour 83 Silverado. So we all know you could have purchased this off of the Legends Tour app. Every time they had one of the tour events, you could have bought this for essentially $50. You did have to buy some other merchandise along with it, like a keychain or a t-shirt. Currently right now, secondary market for this car is around $45. Which is pretty close to the current retail price on this car. But the reason I bring this one up specifically is that this is the factory sealed one. that came out of the mini set 2 that you guys have actually seen me do an unboxing of it. The best mini set ever made. And I want to point out that the most recent factory sealed version of this car that was sold was for around $45, which is kind of surprising because I know back in the summer, and I don't have any good screenshots of it, but I know these were selling pretty consistently at around $80 to $100, the factory sealed versions. And the reason being is these cars with the factory sealed could only be obtained through that mini set 2. They weren't even available in the master set that came out at the end of the year, because I actually opened the master set. This was definitely not in there, which means that there are only 500 examples of this Legends Tour car that came with the factory sealed sticker. So essentially, whoever bought this recently for $45 got a steal, because I feel like the value of this car should definitely be higher given how rare and exclusive it is. I personally think this should be up in that $100 range where it was selling back in the summer. The other thing that I'll point out about the Legends Tour 2, guys, is that I don't think it's gonna last forever. Alright, all good things come to an end. I mean, just think about Kmart K-Days. That only lasted for, I mean, not even 10 years, right? So eventually, I think these Legends Tour cars are kind of a sneaky buy now, buy low, because someday I think they're going to be sought after. There's definitely going to be a nostalgic factor with these cars. I mean, you already see that they're made after very iconic super treasure hunts, and then you tack on the tour events to it too. They could be pretty valuable moving forward. And last but not least, another recent pickup of mine, the Datsun 510 Pink Party car from 2018. So I have been watching this car, trying to pinpoint the bottom of the market to pick this car up, because back in August it was still selling for $300. Early October it was still selling for $300, but you could see a couple of indications that the value was dropping a little bit, because there were some sales that were trickling in at about $250, and then come the end of October here, it finally dipped below the $250 mark. This one in particular, I actually picked this up off of eBay for actually $225, right? And it was pretty low serial number too, so number 829. So at that price, I thought it was a pretty good pickup. So this, you can see it's steadily dropping in value, but come on guys, it is a Pink Party Datsun 510, the only Pink Party car to actually come serial numbered out of 5,000, guys. It's just too nice for the value to continue to drop. I think right at this 200 to 225 mark is pretty much the bottom of this car. I can't imagine it's going to go any more than that. I see this car going up in value in the future, guys. So if you have a good opportunity to pick this up at that 200 to 250 range, I mean, now's the time to pick this one up, guys. So a little bonus update on my grail piece in my collection. This is the Junimai hand custom made Datsun 510 in collaboration with Greddy. This is out of 25, and it was interesting enough that one of these surfaced on eBay for sale. You guys might have seen it in my community post. I watched that listing very closely within the 6-day window, and it did get up to $580. So pretty cool to see that it does have interest. I can't even recall how many bidders there were on it, but in that 10 to 20 range. It didn't actually sell though. The seller did put a reserve price on it, kind of an unknown what it is, but he did have a buy now value of $1,000, which obviously nobody picked it up for that price, but just cool to see that a piece that I have that I only paid $330 for is up in that $580 to $600 range. So in summary, Hot Wheel prices are definitely falling as of right now, especially on some of these higher end pieces. So it wouldn't be very smart to sell these pieces off right now, especially if you want to try to optimize your profits, but it might be a good buy low opportunity. That's what I got for you guys today. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time on DieCash Cars.